Hello everybody. Today I'm here to talk about some pretty cool stuff I learned from an article on the legal perspectives of killing Laban. Now, the article, The Legal Perspectives of Slaying Laban, was written by John W. Welsh and is referenced from the Journal of Book of Mormon Studies, pages 119 to 141, made in around 1992. Now, to put this in context, Laban was the king of the city that Lehi was living in at the time and was given revelation that the people would become very wicked and try to take his life. So they left the city, and after some walking, the Lord gave them instructions that they needed to go back from the wilderness and get the plates. And they contained really important writings that detailed the records of the people. Unfortunately, when they tried to go back to get the plates, Laban wouldn't let them take them after multiple times of offering all their precious goods, which Laban then just took from them. So even after all these times they went back trying to get these plates, Laban came out and just took all their goods. So Laban was a pretty bad guy. So after trying every possibility, Nephi went and found Laban in the street and was commanded by God to slay him and take his clothes so he could impersonate him and take the plates. Nephi didn't want to kill Laban, but the Spirit constrained him to do so. Now, the author of this article, through the law, argues that Nephi in killing Laban was justified legally in a couple of different ways. The first being that he arrived at the city and found Laban in the street drunken. There wasn't any possible way that he could have known that he'd find Laban. He wasn't even armed and had to use Laban's own sword to end his life. The second was that since God delivered Laban into Nephi's hand, that it wasn't an illegal act, especially in terms of being purposeful homicide, since it states in the scriptures that he was compelled by the Spirit, which means that the Spirit almost forcibly urged him and made him do this. So even if he was somehow caught, there was no witnesses to make it possible to convict him, because in Jewish law you needed 2 witnesses. So they didn't exactly have fingerprinting technology that we have today. Now, the author of the text uses a mix of biblical evidence and internal evidence as he takes excerpts from the Bible and the Book of Mormon, mostly Exodus and 4th Nephi. The article explains some really cool concepts in the old law, like negligent homicide and how it's dealt with. One of the concepts I found really interesting was that if a man murders another but thinks that they are justified in doing so, they can't be punished if they are sound reasoning. Things like Laban taking the property of Nephi wouldn't have presented proper justification, so I wonder what really could have been killing for a cause. Now, another question that I was interested in mentioning is why didn't he just take Laban's clothes and leave him alive? But luckily in the article it's answered pretty subsequently with the explanation if Laban had woken and found the plates gone, he would have immediately sent people to kill Nephi and his family. Another part of the reasoning includes the inference that most likely not many people even knew about the arguments Nephi and Laban were having, and they would probably guess it was Zoram who killed him. So the New Testament says that one man should, if it is the benefit for the many, can die. As the Lord said, it is better that one man dieth than the entire nation dwindle in unbelief. What do you think? Read the article to find out.